What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Bofino1, bringing you guys in another YouTube video. So today I wanted to talk about essentially why humans live to work. And I know many of you may have heard the term that, we're supposed to work to live. If you guys don't really know what that means, it basically means, you're working a job 40 hours a week, whether it's part-time, full-time, whatever. You're working a job so you can live, essentially pay for your bills, pay for, stuff for your kids, basically so you can live a fulfilling life if you want to go out and travel, all the other stuff. But I wanted to talk about basically why humans live to work and how the system has made it to the point where you really are living to work. You don't really work in a sense to live. And what I mean by this is, this is, I guess, kind of for people that typically work full time, or let's just say 30 hours and up, at least probably closer to 40 hours a week, right? You work a full-time job. So you essentially, in a sense, live to work because you're at work 5 days a week. Most traditional jobs, I can't speak for every job, but most traditional jobs, you're at work 5 days a week. You work at least 8 hours. So 8 times 5, that's 40 hours a week. On top of you commute to your job. So, some people commute is an hour one way, could be 5 minutes, whatever. It's like for me, my commute is about 50 minutes going, about 40 minutes coming back. So, you're looking at about an hour and a half, a little less, a little more, give or take, depending on the traffic, time of day. Maybe I leave, if I leave 10 minutes earlier, 10 minutes later, whatever the case is, right? So, you're looking at right there, close to about almost 50 hours a week right there, that between you going to work and like commuting to work and then being at work, not including getting ready for work. So that means showering, making breakfast, your work clothes, depending on your dress code. Some people have a casual dress code, some people have a business casual, some people have like a business dress code. For me, it's business casual. I typically dress a little bit more up just because I don't want to dress right at the level. There's that, right? So, getting your dress clothes ready, washing them, whatever the case is. Okay, now let's say for lunch, you might pack your lunch. Okay, so you have to pack lunch every day, etc., etc., etc. And then you get 2 days off. So some people say, oh, well, you get your 2 days off. You got, let's say you work on Monday through Friday, you get Saturday and Sunday off. Well, yes, that is true. But if you think about the way that the system works, if you work 8 hours a day, let's say you commute an hour to work, an hour back, that's a 10-hour day. Okay, there's 24 hours in a day. Okay, so now you're down to 14 hours right there, just between you going to work and being at work, and you're supposed to sleep, quote unquote, for 8 hours a day. So now you're down to 6 hours of free time. And probably in some of that 6 hours that you quote unquote have of free time, you're using that to prep for your job, as well as you're also using that to do things that you need to do around the house, if that makes sense as well. So you're always prepping to go to this job. You're always getting stuff ready to go to this job, if that makes sense, that you don't really get a lot of time to worry about yourself, to do things like reading books or to do a hobby or to exercise, all that stuff. And let alone like if you have kids, like some people have kids, so on the weekends they're taking their kids to soccer games or baseball games, basketball games. They're doing all this other stuff with their kids on top of they have to get their kids ready. And you can say, oh, well, that's a choice. But I'm saying that some people want to have that American dream of, hey, I want to have a family on top of working. So the way work is set up is that really you live to work. You don't really work to live, because in America, in other countries, it's different. So in America, most people get, when they start a full-time job, they typically get 2 weeks of, paid vacation off. They may get sick days, you probably get your holidays. So let's just say you get standard at least 2 weeks off, maybe 3 weeks with holidays. Okay, well, there's like 52 weeks or something like that in a year. So you're working, let's just say, between 49 and 50 of those weeks. So you're working nonstop. Constantly just working. Where in other countries, they think like 8 hours a day, that's like, oh my God, like why would I be working any more than 8? As well as a lot of them, they get 6 to 8 weeks up front. So that's a month and a half to 2 months off. So if you think about that, you could realistically take a month off either like every month or every 2 months. You could take 2 months almost a vacation off or so, and so you would be less burnt out. And that's the problem, I think, with America, is that we spend so much time at work and we don't get enough time off, and we're burnt out, we're tired. That's what people always say, like, why kids are so happy, they're so carefree. Yes, they have less responsibility, but like when you're in school, you have so much more time off, if that makes sense. Like in college, okay, I had like 3.5 months off for summer. I had a month off for Christmas break, a week for spring break, half a week for Thanksgiving. You know, so you had all this, you had almost like 4 to 5 months or more of just time off from going to school. So yes, you had to work hard within your semesters, but you had more time to decompress, relax, and do fun things that you wanted to do. And that's something that a lot of adults don't get to do, and that's why the raise and increase of people being depression and prescription drugs has risen so much, because jobs are becoming more demanding. They're consolidating, or what they call downsizing, people. Like, so they're getting rid of people and they're making one person do 2 people's jobs. Therefore, that one person salary is not going up, but they're doing more work at their job. So it's a constant battle of like work-life balance that is becoming less at companies. It's becoming more work and no life. And that's why I say that the way society is, at least in America, people are really honestly living to work and not working to live. And I just want to get on here and just kind of rant about that. Like, I just think it's just interesting, especially for someone that just came out of college not too long ago, and now I'm working a full-time job. And just in general, like, you just think about when you actually go into like an office setting or just a job in general, you hear people complain about stuff, you see stuff, and you realize like, yeah, like it's a way for you to essentially work to feed someone else's dream. You're an employer to a company, so you're helping them, the CEO or whatever, make their quotas, whatever you want to call it. So I just thought that was interesting to kind of discuss. Yeah, I'd love to get you guys' opinions down below in the comment section. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll chat with you later. Peace.